Thanks for joining me today. I'm Pat Kernan at patspapers.com. We choose the most interesting U.S. newspaper stories for you each weekday. Here's our top story today.
Barack Obama will soon have a chance to make a Supreme Court appointment. Justice David Souter is expected to retire. The Washington Post this morning says he had not hired clerks for the next term, fueling speculation that the George H.W. Bush appointee will step down after nearly 20 years on the bench. The further speculation is that a woman will fill the vacancy. The expectation is that Obama will put a woman on the court because the only woman there now is 76-year-old Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She has been battling cancer. The New York Times reports on Chrysler's bankruptcy on the front page. At the direction of the Obama administration, it happened yesterday. The front page story in the Times says this is another extraordinary intervention into private industry by the federal government. In Holland, a man deliberately drove his car into a crowd gathered to view the Dutch royal family. The New York Post plays the story up this morning with the front page headline, "Assassin Strikes." The royals were unharmed, but 5 people in the crowd were killed. Disney and ABC are going to offer full-length versions of its TV shows on the website Hulu. That's the joint venture streaming video site that already includes Fox and NBC. Los Angeles Times story is covering this morning. And in the New York Times, NBC boss Jeff Zucker says advertisers want an environment that is unpolluted by videos of cats and skateboards, clearly referring to YouTube there. Elizabeth Edwards says she urged her husband to drop out of last year's presidential race after she learned he had an affair with a campaign staffer. That in the Charlotte Observer. Edwards addresses the affair publicly for the first time in her new book. Rod Blagojevich is on the run. Murals of the former governor wearing his signature warm-up suit and in mid-stride have popped up on walls all over Chicago. In the Tribune today, interesting Michelle Obama revelation in the New York Daily News this morning. It's on page 2 of the newspaper. They call this a sneaky splurge for someone who likes to make much of her efforts to buy affordable clothes from places like J. Crew. Her sneakers the other day at this event were eye-catching for the people who were there. So they figured out where they came from. $540. They are Lanvin sneakers, complete with metallic pink toe caps. Finally, one more item from the New York Daily News about Alex Rodriguez. Another tidbit from this new book about the New York Yankee and former Texas Ranger. The book says in Texas he insisted that one of the clubhouse attendants preload his toothbrush to put toothpaste on it in advance so he wouldn't have to dispense the toothpaste himself.
Thanks for joining me today. I'm Pat Kernan. Links to the individual newspaper websites to read these stories that I've talked about today at patspapers.com.